President Barrow says ECOMIG has been professional and Gambia's history will remember them. Talks on the discarded draft constitution remains unresolved. And President Barrow receives new Portuguese ambassadors. These and more coming on GAMBIA24. Good evening, you're watching GAMBIA24 News Bulletin with me, Mariama Cham, and thanks for joining us. The ECOMIG mission was deployed in January 2017 to facilitate the exit of Yaya Jammeh and restore the popular will of the Gambian people as expressed in the 2016 elections. But the mission keeps extending, and the latest extension will transform ECOMIG's mandate into a police mission after the December 2021 elections. The Senegalese contingent were awarded certificates at the State House as they are leaving the country after a 6-month stay in Gambia. Amature tells us more.
The Senegalese contingent leaves after completing their 6-month stay in the country, and President Barrow says they've been professional and their names will remain indelible in Gambia's history.
We will thank your Commander-in-Chief, President Macky Sall. This shows we have a good relationship between us. It shows that when your neighbor has a problem, you should be part of it. That's why you are here to work for the Senegal government. You raise the flag of your country high. This is part of history of the Gambia, and you are part of that history.
Barrow says providing assistance to one's neighbor at a crucial moment is a Senegambian value, and says Senegal and Gambia are from one ancestry and share many things in common.
If your neighbor has a problem and you help him out, that's crucial, and that's what we expect in Senegambia. That's what shows we are one people. Those that are honored here today, your names and surnames are also replicated here in the Gambia. So, this shows that the two countries are one.
The President urges the returning troops to continue their professional conduct at home, remain patriotic, and exercise patience to help build good legacy. The ECOWAS military intervention in the Gambia, ECOMIG, is an ongoing military intervention. The intervention was launched to resolve a constitutional crisis caused by a disputed presidential election. It began in 2017, and in June 2017, the term of the ECOWAS military mission was extended by a year. The mission has been extended several times since then, and the latest extension is expected to continue through at least 2021. The extension is to safeguard the security environment ahead of the period of uncertainty prior to adopting the constitution and presidential election. For iAfrica TV, I am Omar Ahmad Toure.
From that ECOMIG report by Omar Toure, we will go straight to matters of the discarded draft constitution. Political party leaders and other stakeholders were in Abuja to continue talks of reviving the draft constitution that was rejected by some parliamentarians in September 2020. The delegates arrived at the Banjul International Airport on Thursday after the Abuja negotiations failed to yield a positive outcome. Binta Jal has more in this report.
The meeting was part of a mediation process brokered by former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan to get the stakeholders to agree on the draft constitution, which was voted down in the National Assembly last September. All the parties that traveled to Nigeria, with the exception of the UDP, agreed that the retroactive clause be removed from the draft, as it is believed to be unlawful and intended to target one person. The Minister of Justice, Dauda Jallow, says he hoped that the country's political leaders would reach a consensus on the retroactivity of the president's first term when they meet Goodluck Jonathan in Banjul.
It's a negotiation. I cannot be saying that I am sure, okay? Because I'm not a participant myself. So between among them. But of course, yes, the spirit is high, and they are all participating in good faith. I have a lot of hope, yes. In 2 weeks' time, when we have our last round in Banjul, I'm expecting that something positive will come out of it.
Dr. Ismail Sise of Citizens Alliance Party outlined their stance on the ongoing negotiation.
The position is very simple, that a political compromise is needed for us to get a constitution. Politics is about compromise. At some point, you have to meet halfway through to find political ground. Our position is very clear, and I'm going to repeat it here. And I've said it in a meeting with His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan, that CA is ready to compromise on the retroactivity if we are guaranteed that there will be a new constitution with three things. What are those three things? A term limit, 50+1, and the quota system. If we are guaranteed these three things in a new constitution before elections, then we are ready to discuss the issue of the retroactivity.
President Adama Barrow's National People's Party was also represented by the party's Administrative Secretary Mamajik Njai, who says there is a hope for an agreement despite UDP's concerns on the negotiation.
There has been a stalemate. We would have loved to come back to this country to announce to the Gambian people that we have reached an agreement, but unfortunately that couldn't happen. Because I can tell you that in relation to the retroactive clause in the Constitution, all the parties that were in the negotiations agreed and accepted that it should be expunged from the draft, except the UDP. And we respect their position. They have gave reasons why they believe that the retroactive clause should be there. And it's still negotiations. We are not giving up. President Goodluck Jonathan is coming back to the country to proceed with the negotiations on the 8th of March, and we hope that by the time he gets here, we'll be able to reach a consensus.
The parties also agreed on other changes in the draft ranging from confirmation of ministers and judges by the National Assembly. They also agreed that the Inspector General of Police and the Secretary General not being answerable to the President. But the UDP leader argues that the Ministry of Justice cannot and should not incorporate the changes into the draft. He said the minister should present the defeated draft in its original form and allow parliamentarians to effect the changes. The planned March trip would be Jonathan's third visit to Banjul since December 2020 to support the process of building national consensus. Reporting for Africa TV, Binta Jala.
Negotiation talks held in Abuja on the discarded draft constitution fails to yield a positive outcome. Now, the new Portuguese ambassador to the Gambia, Vitor Paul da Costa Sereno, on Thursday handed his letters of credence to President Adama Barrow. President Barrow praised the existing ties between the two countries while encouraging new initiatives that could create opportunities for these citizens of the two countries. Aminda tells us more.
President Adama Barrow welcomes Ambassador Vitor Paul da Costa Sereno after presenting his letter of credence to the Gambian leader. The bilateral relationship between Lisbon and Banjul have been cordial, with the incoming ambassador hopes to widen in different areas of cooperation. President Barrow also lauded the cordial ties between the two countries, especially at the European Union and United Nations levels. Shortly after his meeting with the president, the new ambassador told the press that the cooperation between the two countries will be further developed.
In an increasing and challenging environment, where defined human security issues in all domains demand a comprehensive and coordinated approach, we, Portugal, we appreciate all the efforts the government of Gambia has been putting in place to fight and control the COVID-19 pandemic. This is, for us, a worldwide effort, and vaccine equity is, in our view, ultimately about human rights. Vaccines must be a global public good, accessible and affordable for all.
The Portuguese envoy also commended Gambia's effort in combating and managing the COVID-19 pandemic.
It is clear that effective multilateralism remains at the heart of the Gambia's foreign policy, and this is a clear common point of view with the Portuguese geopolitical viewpoint. There are, from today on, a number of areas where bilateral relations between our two countries be further developed. From technology to agriculture and tourism, but special to blue and green economy and maritime security.
Ambassador Sereno also outlined his country's initiative to organize seminars on blue and green energy that might interest the civil society and institutions in the Gambia. He encourages the Gambian authorities to join the Atlantic Center initiative, which according to him could be beneficial to both countries. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Amindao.
President Barrow received letters of credence from the Portuguese ambassador at the State House. We will now go with a quick break and be right back with the rest of the news. Stay with us.
Cheapest phone in the Gambia, Afriphone, is back in a brand new style. Africell, the biggest and the best GSM operator in the Gambia, is setting trends once again.
Get an Afriphone for $350 only and receive 1 hour of free talk time spread over 3 months.
$350 is only you can get a dual SIM phone with a wireless FM radio, memory card slot, internet access, long-lasting battery, and 1 hour of free talk time.
Where Africell goes, nobody dares to follow. Africell is setting trends once again. I'm sure you still love WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and Viber. Your favorite GSM operator, Africell, knows this. That's why you can now enjoy more at the same price. Activate the social media bundle and be online for 24 hours for $10 is only.
Hello! Activate the social media bundle for $10 is only and receive 40 megabytes.
Where Africell goes, nobody dares to follow.
Welcome back, and now to the rest of the news. Former President Jammeh's government blatantly denied receiving West African migrants in the country. Jibril Ngor Seka, who testified at the Truth Commission on Thursday, provided a list to the commission bearing names and identities of the migrants. Amatura reports.
Jibril Ngor Seka was Director of Operations at the defunct National Intelligence Agency (NIA) when the West African migrants were apprehended at Barra in 2005. Seka is considered a God-sent angel at TRRC when he provides the commission with a list bearing names and nationalities of the disappeared migrants. The commission asked him to read out the list.
This looks like Odzei Odro Kousi.
From which country?
Togo list. But there is an X. I don't know what that means.
All right, proceed.
Luca Esperant, Congolese. Suleiman Abdullahi, Ghanaian. Bright Antway, Ghanaian. Kwaku Amtui Ajiekun, Ghanaian. Kasim Amadou, Ghanaian. Kwaku Apia, Ghanaian. Benjamin
Kobna,
Ghanaian. Nketia Eric, Ghanaian. Kwadwo Amadou or Ampadu, Ghanaian. Richard Bokie, Ghanaian. Edmond Kumi, Ghanaian. Peter Asiri, Ghanaian. Kwadgo Antui, Ghanaian. Kierer Martin, Ghanaian.
Martin Kere, a Ghanaian, was the sole survivor of this incident. These migrants were detained in different detention centers before their disappearance. The 8 migrants kept at Karava police station disappeared, but in 2005, 8 bodies were found on Brufut Beach, and Gorseka and the team visited the scene. He now gives recollection of the incident.
I think when I was still in Brufut, the head of counter-espionage called me and said he is at the Kairaba, but he was told that a particular sergeant received 8 people from the group. Immediately he told me that. Looking at the corpses, I concluded for some reason that this may be the same group that was removed from the Kairaba.
The paramilitary hit squad, the Junglers, confessed to the murders of migrants on orders of Jammeh. Usman Jallo testified that he received the migrants and got them registered. Now, Jibril Gorseka provides the list of West African migrants to the Commission. The chain of events leading to the killings of these people will soon be clear as revelations continue to unfold at the Truth Commission. For iAfrica TV, I am Omar Ahmad Toure.
That TRRC report by Omar Toure on a witness providing a list bearing names of African migrants killed under the Jammeh regime will bring us to the end of Gambia 24. I am your presenter Mariama Cham. Thanks for watching and have a good night.
The pride we take in our brand, the work we put into